The heart of AIM is really about empowering coaches and music teachers and artists to be able to take their talents and invest in the lives of the children in their communities. The single biggest hurdle to that is really, for most of them, equipment. Without the equipment, these kids are not able to play. And then training in spiritual development and sport development. We want our coaches to be great coaches and great men and women. I had a coach in the Dominican Republic tell me one time, he said, somebody is going to coach your children. You get to decide who. You can have gang members coach your children in how to steal and how to disrespect the law, how to do things that are hurtful, or you can have people that will coach them to be great men and women and to care about their community and care about the people in their community, to learn discipline and godly values. Communities change because of the investment we make in the children. That takes special people who can do that. And they have to really, if they're really going to change, then that involves expressing the love of Jesus Christ through the hearts of his people. We were recently in Cuba to follow up. We had a very unusual request by our staff, called and said, you know, the government coaches in Cuba have watched us coach the kids in the different neighborhoods and put on the camps, and they have asked if we would come and teach them how to coach the way we coach, because they've seen something different. What they're seeing is the Spirit of God working in and through those men and women in the lives of the kids. Huge impact on me was on the last day of our coaches clinic. A man who is their professor of coaches and who has been a coach for 47 years came up and spoke to me with tears in his eyes, and he said it in English. I have been a coach for 47 years, but in the last 3 days, I have learned to coach. And though I don't have a team anymore, I will be coaching my grandchildren, my 4 grandsons, this way for the rest of my life. I'm a big boy, but I cry. Because when you consider what a man of that caliber is telling you when he says that, first of all, the grace and the humility it takes to say it. And second of all, the sincerity of it. It's humbling to be in that relationship and to know that God hears that and he honors that, and he loves the heart of that man, because that man has no less passion for his players than I do. But to give him the keys that unlock how to express that passion at a deeper level, at a spiritual level, that's one of the greatest privileges that we have. We say that Jesus is life, everything else is just sports. There's a lot of truth in that, because sports is actually just a place for us to practice life. The best thing I've taken is the relationships that I have, the friends that I've made, the kids who are now men of character, and they're changing their communities. Unless we're willing to invest like that, we can't expect to get a return. And so what we try to do is we try to help those men and women of peace wherever we go that are willing to invest in the lives of the kids. That's what AIM does. We host camps in 5 different countries: Mexico, the Dominican Republic, Guatemala, Cuba, Puerto Rico this year, and we have opportunities to go to a lot of other places, but we need more volunteers. We don't have enough people. If you're thinking about going on a trip, go. You will never know what God's going to do until you get out of the boat. Whatever your financial struggles are, whatever you think might be keeping you from spending some time walking on the water with Jesus, it's not as difficult as walking on the water. And that's the invitation Jesus gives us. Come walk with him. And so I would say, if you're thinking about going on the trip, go. See what God will do.